Bitcoin is breaking bullish, and there is right now a clear reason why this is happening. So on today's update video, I am going to be exactly talk about this. I'm going to talk about the major big push towards the upside we have seen on the S&P 500. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, its most important resistance, the big consolidation phase where currently we are seeing a clear breakout of right now. I'm going to be talking about this and so much more on today's update video. So don't forget to once again watch this video till the end. It's going to be a very important one. It's going to be a short one because as you hear right here, my voice is not really working. I woke up a little bit ill today, but I'm still making a video for you guys because it's a very important day. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap on that like button back above 1000 likes and let me jump straight away in today's update video. So to kick off the video, we've seen Bitcoin bounce very heavily towards the upside, right? And actually this bounce came after yesterday we got the news that basically, and this morning, Trump also stated that there is a successful deal coming with China very, very soon. Due to this news here, basically, we once again right now saw that 100% tariff that Trump was about to impose was once again a bluff, and that they're apparently going to be making a deal with it. I mean, I say a bluff, but eventually it worked out, right? So the major crash we got before, due to the announcement of the Trump 100% tariff on China, basically is right now reverted. And due to that, the price action is showing a lot of strength on Bitcoin. And I straight away want to be going in towards the fact that people are probably wondering, but Rover, hey, you had these trades set up on the lower side. They did not get filled up. What are you doing now here? So that is, of course, a very good question. And I want to be answering it on today's update video. And that is why I'm still making a video, even though I am not feeling well today. But basically, I still have these orders set up as of this moment of time, right? And honestly, I think that Bitcoin right now has broken bullish because this level right here was the point of no return in my opinion. So this level right here was the level to break. We of course broke outside of this pattern. We broke outside of the symmetrical triangle as well. Now we are of course obviously approaching somewhat of a level of slight resistance, which is this orange box right here. You can see clearly previously around, boom, resistance, resistance, and now we're retesting it again, right? So it is no guarantee that we're officially breaking bullish already. This is the point where if we are going to be breaking this zone, I think we're going to go to new all-time highs again here. But ultimately, this is an important zone, right? And Bitcoin basically has showed a lot of strength on the lower time frames that potentially right now, that bottom on Bitcoin is going to be in here. So yes, it is going to be likely that I'm going to be canceling my trades and then I'm going to be looking up new opportunities. So what I will be doing right now is I will still hold them open. And I'm going to be analyzing the market. I'm going to be looking what I think is going to be the next smart move to do here. But yeah, I'm going to look just for new opportunities if one is going to occur. Obviously, I only want to be looking at low risk trades here. If I'm looking at the bull market support band, we can see that we're once again breaking above it. You can see over here, boom, we broke below it. Now we're trading above it again. This happened many times before, also here back in March. This happened also in June 2024. And yeah, that is just a very important thing to be seeing since we right now are once again breaking above it. Then ultimately on the daily time frame, you can see that Bitcoin has bounced once again from the critical zone here. I was personally expecting a little bit more of downside before we're going to be bouncing back higher with a fake out on the lower side. That is why I had my trade order set up on the lower side right here. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And of course, sometimes you miss out on these trades, sometimes you don't. Here I missed about $900 out on the perfect entry. So it was not like we were very far away by catching the exact bottom, but sometimes you do miss the perfect entry. And I mentioned it many times before already. I only want to be taking trades on Bitcoin with low risk and high reward. And yeah, now we just didn't got the entry, but we're just going to be looking at the next opportunity. And I do want to be mentioning, if you are interested in training yourself, by signing up an account to WeX using the first link in today's video description, you will not only get a 25% fee rebate, making this the cheapest exchange to operate from, but also, guys, they're giving away a $30,000 deposit bonus by making your first deposits on this exchange. So make sure to check it out. It's very valuable also for people that are new and that are binding their phone number and email. They will get a 10 to 100 US dollar coupon on the WeX exchange here. So very valuable. And if you're interested in trading, check it out right now here. And I mean, there are some signals that are worrying. And what I also want to be mentioning, if I'm looking at the liquidity heat map, is that right now we exactly grabbed all the liquidity in the market. I mean, we've been talking about this liquidity heat map for all the most recent videos. What we of course mentioned in these videos before is that it was inevitable that we were going to grab this liquidity. I only stated that I was exactly sure if it already was going to be happening. But like you can see over here, it now already happened. So that was of course interesting. We grabbed the liquidity. if I'm looking at the funding rates right now here, I can see that the funding rates are not particularly negative, which means that, yeah, it's not only spot buying, but also some leverage that is entering the market right now. In my opinion, this is not the best situation if I'm looking at the funding rate. So this is not overly making me super bullish, but of course it's just a healthy move towards the upside, just like we have seen many times before here. So it's not that we are now overextended, but I am not going to be opening up longs in this rally towards the upside, because in my opinion, that is just a little bit too risky, since I'm not seeing enough strength in the market right now. So going further, I still am, of course, a little bit worried about the timings of the market, right? If we're just looking towards that cycle on Bitcoin, we do know that 1,064 days in is historically the Bitcoin top from the exact bottom on the lower side. And yeah, so far it has marked the exact top in the market as well. Are we going to be pushing up towards new all-time highs? Would be, of course, extremely nice if we are going to be seeing so, but most of the data suggests that if we're just purely going to be looking at the timings of the Bitcoin bull market, we should be having the top in right now in terms of timings. And personally, I don't believe history is exactly going to repeat, but I do think it's going to rhyme here. So I do believe that we are particularly close towards somewhat of a cycle top for Bitcoin, since most of these signals and indicators and charts are revealing that there's a lot of weakness on Bitcoin right now. And I just want everyone to be highly alert on this here. So I am, of course, going to be anticipating this with my trades as well. We are seeing a very strong bounce towards the upside right here. But ultimately, Bitcoin is going to be following the S&P 500. And if we're going to get somewhat of such a big correction towards the downside again here, that could be, of course, once again lead towards Bitcoin following it. And since the S&P 500 is going so exponential and not really seeing a big correction for a long period of time right now, there's always a risk of somewhat of a correction in this market. So I always want you to be highly alert on that here. And so far, we have not broken below this very important moving average. And the moment we're going to be doing so, we are obviously going to be a little bit more, we are obviously going to be entering a bear market. At least that is what the data is now suggesting from all the previous Bitcoin bear market starts. So yeah, I'm going to keep you guys up to date exactly when that is going to be happening. But as of for now, Bitcoin has been seeing a very strong bounce from the lower side of support. I unfortunately missed out on my long trade. And if you, by the way, want to be staying up to date about all my trades here and on all the updates, make sure to join the private Telegram group, because like you can see over here, I've been keeping you guys up to date all time along here about what is happening and what I'm doing with my trades here. Here I mentioned basically this very important chart right here, and basically told everyone, okay, if we're going to be breaking this horizontal level of resistance, then we are obviously going to be seeing a continuation towards the upside, and that is exactly what happened. So we broke this level right here. Now we're seeing the continuation towards the upside, and what we're seeing right here is just Bitcoin now approaching an even bigger level on the daily time frame as resistance. So this is going to be an important zone for me. If we're going to be breaking this, it's obviously going to be looking more bullish, but always make sure to stay up alert about where we're currently sitting in this part of the cycle. So that is, of course, important to understand. And it is also really honestly going to be depending on how this trade deal is going to be unfolding, because we have seen Trump and China speak more times to each other, talking about, oh, we're coming up with a trade deal, and then eventually it doesn't happen, and basically everything escalates yet again here. So for now on, I will leave my trades open. I will leave my orders there. If I'm going to be changing anything, you will be knowing first in the VIP Telegram group. I am trading this account from $1 million to $10 million. Sometimes it takes a while before I'm entering a trade, but that's because I take only low risk trades here. So that was it for me in today's video. If you did enjoy it, learn something from this video, subscribe to the channel, slap on that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.